the second Cumbrian kitchen show here at Muncaster Castle. I'll be announcing the winner of the competition to win a meal for two at Cellar Park House Hotel later on, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm joined by two fantastic people today. We've got Andy and we've got Mark from the Wild Boar Hotel near Windermere. And Mark's going to be producing one of his signature dishes for us later on. And we're also going to be tasting some of the brilliant homemade beers that they do as well. Mark, you're the head chef at the Wild Boar, and you're going to produce one of your brilliant dishes today. So what are you going to do for us?
Today we're going to be doing one of the dishes that we do on our smoking courses.
Hot log dark smoked salmon with sweet and sour onions, creme fraiche, and a bit of rocket salad. The salmon that's been soaked for about 3 hours in the brine. Salt, sugar, bay leaf, we've got parsley here, a bit of white wine. I'm going to wash that off now. It'll taste more salty if it's left in too long. So about 3 hours is usually enough. The salt helps the salmon take on the smoky flavour.
Could you use any fish?
Yeah, we do trout, whole trout in there, the salmon, tuna. I've got this Cumbrian smoker.
If people at home wanted to do this, we could just go to a good garden centre and get one. Brilliant.
Yeah. We've got some applewood chippings here. Just used any from a sawmill. They've usually had oil on the chainsaws and this and the other, so you can't use any of that. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of those in there like that. The salmon will go on top like that. Yeah, that will slide on. I'm just going to give that, turn that up. Turn it up onto full power. Okay. Just like to get a bit more before we actually close it. Okay, I'll close it now. Okay. And that's it. We'll leave it on more or less full power. That's been on the stove top for about 8 minutes now. And there we go. And just touch that there. It's still a little bit soft. Sweet and sour onion. These onions have just been cooked with sugar, a little bit of red wine vinegar, there's a little bit of chilli, chopped chilli in there, some thyme. Okay. Creme fraiche, just a little bit of salad, like that. There we go.
I mean, you've smoked salmon today for us, Mark.
In the hot smoker that we did on the top there, you could smoke chicken breast, duck breast, sausages, trout, hot log dark smoked salmon with sweet and sour onions, creme fraiche, a bit of rocket salad. Okay, I'd just like to say thanks very much for inviting us along today and showing you what we can do and telling you about the Wild Boar, the Smokehouse and the brewery.
Our producer reckons that Norway produces some of the best smoked salmon that she's ever tasted. So we sent her along to the Wild Boar Smokehouse to take a look.
We're just cutting the fillet steaks up, putting them on the tray, ready to go into the smoker. These are about 8 ounce in size. These will go in the smoker for about 4 hours.
At the Wild Boar we've also got the cold smoker. On our menu we have a smoked fillet steak and a smoked sirloin steak. We do salmon in there, we make our own pancetta, we smoke our own hams in there.
We've got the smoke being produced here. We've got charcoal, just lumpwood charcoal. Our dust goes over the charcoal, creating the smoke. Goes up this pipe and into the smoker.
You'll like this, yeah? It's the hog's head, yeah. So this was our second brew, yeah, at the brew house, which only started last May. It's a pale ale. When it was originally transported out around the Empire in the old wooden boat, it was done in a 54-gallon barrel.
Right, okay.
Which has a 9-gallon barrel is called a firkin. 54-gallon is called a hogshead. Sort of ties in quite nicely with the name Wild Boar. So we went with that. The actual sort of brew process starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's from the mash tun to the kettle into the fermentation tank is sort of 6 hours, and then you're leaving that for up to 7 days. So we chill it down for the last 2 days, so all the rubbish drops to the bottom, and then when we cask it up, we like to leave it for 7 days in the barrel before anything happens with it. And it's a fantastic smell to come to work.
People love their ales, don't they?
Our brew house here, luckily, we managed to fit it at the end of the lounge with a little glass door. The master brew's in there doing something, it's great, but a lot of the time it is just 3 tanks, 4 or 5 shot rounds a day. People absolutely love it, and you can see that it's being produced on site. We have a local farmer who comes down, collects those for his cattle. I think it ties in quite nicely for him as well, though. He tends to come down and collect the used hops on the same night that we have our whisky club. The journey back with the hops is maybe it takes a little bit longer than the one without them on the way down. Yeah.
If somebody wants to do this, what can they do? They just give you a call.
Just come in.
Just walk through the door. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're brewing at least once a week, every week. So there is there's a 1 in 7 chance of actually meeting the master brewer. Okay. Failing that, there's myself. There's at least 6 or 7. So there's always someone there.
The Mad Pig has always been available on the bar, and then we'll use beers like the Hogshead, the Smoked Porter. Tim, the master brewer, is fantastic. You know, if somebody did want to give us a call, and they were desperate to sort of go in there when Tim's there, he's more than happy to have people come in and help him make the beer. The less work he has to do, yeah, you know.
You've told us about it, so let's dig in and let's taste it.
Good health.
Yeah, good health. Good to meet you guys as well today. Fantastic.
It's the Hogshead, yeah. So with that hoppiness,
that's really good.
The best description anyone's ever given me, for the sort of the taste is. Because of the hop that's in there, the chunk hop is zing. It has a zing to the aftertaste, and it really does.
And on the subject of that, of going and having a look around the brewery, you guys are actually donating a prize this time. So tell us about it.
Yeah, what we thought we'd do is for 2 people, come down, meet with Tim, our master brewer, on one of the days when he's doing a brew, help him make one of our batches of Mad Pig. So get involved with all the other sort of, the hops and all that, and the kettle, and so get everything into the fermentation tank. After they spent the day working hard making me 10 barrels of Mad Pig Ale, then we thought they could join us for lunch as part of the prize, and maybe get to taste some of their hard work.
Keep watching, keep listening, and the question will come up. So, to tie in with the fantastic beer from the guys from the Wild Boar Hotel, I'm going to be using some of their beer, and I'm going to be doing a beer-battered haddock with proper chunky chips and some homemade tartar sauce. Anyway, I'm just going to have a drink first. 100 grams of plain flour, 80 grams of rice flour, 20 grams of corn flour. The reason I'm using corn flour and rice flour just makes the batter nice and crispy. Okay, I've got some yeast there, so I'm just going to put in. Now I'm just going to mix this together with some of this brilliant Wild Boar beer. And the idea with using the yeast is to, it just makes it nice and bubbly. And with the plain flour, the rice flour and the corn flour, it just makes the batter nice and crispy. So I'm just going to mix this up, touch of salt, and we'll leave this to one side for about half an hour, just in a nice warm place, just so the yeast gets nice and bubbly. In good old tradition of Blue Peter, there's one that we've made earlier, and as you can see, the bubbles are all starting to come up there now. How do we get the chips nice and fluffy on the inside and nice and crispy on the outside? Well, I'm going to tell you. There's lots of potatoes that you can use, but I use a good old Maris piper. We cut them up into the sizes that we need, and then we soak these for 24 hours in cold water, and then we steam them for 40 minutes, and then we deep fry them on about 140 for about 5-6 minutes, and then we turn the heat right up to about 170, and then we drop them in just to finish them off, and you get a lovely crispy outer but a really, really good soft centre. And the fish I'm going to be using, got in touch with my good mate Steve Hallett from Ravenglass Fish. He's got me some lovely haddock. So this has already been pin-boned and prepped up for me, so I'm quite a lucky chef. So I'm just going to take this skin. I'm just going to take the skin off. Just run the knife underneath, as you can see, nice and easy. But I'll still fry the 3 bits. Just coat them and then drop them into the batter. We're now going to pop this into the fryer. So we've just dipped the haddock into the batter. We're just going to let that just drain off a little, and then we're just going to slowly and carefully, obviously because this is red hot, it's on about 170. Just carefully drop these in. So as you can see, the fish is now ready. Batter's nice and crispy. So we're just going to lift these out. And in the meantime, we're going to drop the chips in. And we're just going to drop these in nice and slowly. So we get nice crispy outer. And beautiful, beautiful, soft, fluffy centre. We've kept them nice and chunky. None of those sleeve, well-known takeaway establishment fries. So I'm going to make some tartar sauce. This is so easy. Don't buy any of that rubbish that's in a jar. Make it yourself because it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. You just need some mayonnaise. Okay, we've got some capers. We've got some little gherkins, don't need to be the small ones, you can use the big ones if you like. Add in the chervil. We're going to put a squeeze of lemon in. Not too much salt, because the gherkins and the caper berries are going to be quite salty. Touch of pepper, and we're just going to mix this up. You see, easy. I'm going to plate this up. Fish and chips. We're in Cumbria, so we're going big. So we've got the beer battered fish. We've got the chunky chips. Just going to put a touch of salt on. Just toss those up. We'll put those in. So I hope you guys are hungry. Touch of lemon, and then the homemade tartar sauce, which we'll just pop on the side. There we go. Homemade chunky chips, beer battered haddock, brilliant beer from the guys at the Wild Boar Hotel. Great with this fish. Give the fish a try. Go over to the Wild Boar Hotel and give the beers a try. Ask the guys about the Smokehouse. Thank you.
I've got to try one of these chips.
Yeah, dig in. I just hope it lives up to your And I'm going to try Mark's fantastic home smoked salmon. That is fantastic, Mark, isn't it? Considering that's just it's just had the 8 minutes. That really is brilliant. You need to get yourselves over there and go and give it a whirl. And better still, like Mark says, get your hands on one of those smoking trays. It goes really well with the beer too. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Cheers.
That fish is nice.
Cheers. We had a competition on the last Cumbrian Kitchen Show to win a meal for two at Cellar Park House Hotel. Everybody entered online on the Fat Chat Show Facebook page. So if one of you doesn't mind sticking your hand in,
and the winner is Andy Blundell, or Blundell on Facebook. Well done, Andy.
So that's brilliant. Andy Blundell, your entry on Facebook, thank you very much. If you get in touch with me on 01946 841 601 at Cellar Park House Hotel, give me a call and I'll arrange that meal for two for you. Well done, brilliant. So today's competition is a trip to the Wild Boar Hotel to meet their master brewer, who's going to show you around how they make all these fantastic beers, and then you get lunch at the end of it. So keep watching. Question's going to come up at the end. It'll come up at the end of the screen and you can enter it on Facebook as we did with this last one, and we'll draw the winner of that in the next Cumbrian Kitchen Show at the end of March. So thank you very much for watching the Cumbrian Kitchen Show. Thank you very much to Mark.
Thank you.
And thank you very much to Andy. Absolutely fantastic. Get yourselves over there. Brilliant beers, brilliant food, brilliant smoked salmon. And watch out for the next Cumbrian Kitchen Show.